Hi, I'm Paul McGee. I'm author of the book S.U.M.O Your Relationships, How to Handle, Not Strangle the People You Live and Work With. And a S.U.M.O character you may come across in life is someone called the Ditherer. Bit of a personal insight here, and I reckon I possibly married a Ditherer. So I'm talking from personal experience here. I'm probably going to be dead for that, but I reckon I did marry a Ditherer. But here's a story to illustrate what Ditherers sometimes do. I was running a seminar called Professional Supervision Skills. And as I was kind of like took a break at lunch, I was walking through reception and I saw a woman who was on the course. And here's how I expected the conversation to go. Hi, enjoying the course? Yeah, it's great, thanks. Good, I'll see you later. That's how I kind of thought the conversation would go. Here's how it actually went in reality. Hi, enjoying the course? No, I'm on the wrong one. Sorry, I'm on the wrong course. I mean, she didn't quite talk like that. I said, you're on the wrong course. And I thought, well, you know, bricklaying for beginners was the door next to me. And she said, I thought this was going to be a course now to deal with people and how to supervise them effectively. And I went, it is. And she said, well, I've come with a very specific problem and you've not talked about it yet. I thought, well, I'm not a gynecologist, but tell me what you can. And she said, I've got this difficult person. And I went, aha. I said, that section of the course on how to supervise and deal with difficult people, that's coming later on this afternoon. And she said, yeah, but even so, I still feel I'm on the wrong course. I said, look, what could make things better for you? She says, well, I just need some tips and ideas about this specific situation. So I'll tell you what, when we come to the section of the day on how to deal with difficult people, a member of staff who's maybe performing poorly, can we use your scenario as a case study? She said, yeah, that'd be fine, that'd be wonderful. I thought, great, I'll pull this one round. So that section of the day, I said to Barbara, can we now talk about the person you're trying to manage and how we can deal with them? And I tailored that section of the course, even though it was a public seminar, there's about 60 people there, I tailored it specifically for her situation. So when the seminar finished, everyone's coming up with their evaluation forms and big smiles. And I'm looking forward to getting, you know, those positive psychological strokes from Barbara, because it's now, obviously, with what I've been able to do this afternoon, it's turned around the situation for her. So there I am, trying to look humble as I wait for her evaluation form. And I went, hi. How was the afternoon? Slightly better. Slightly better. She says, well, to be honest with you, I was hoping you'd maybe give me a script or a flow diagram. I said, a flow diagram? She said, well, you know, start saying this, and if they respond that way, do this, this, and this, but if they respond that way, do this, this, and this. She said, at the end of the day, maybe I'm a bit of a ditherer, but I hate to be wrong. And I think ditherers are a bit like that. You see, I think ditherers fear failure. So when they're faced with an option or a choice or a decision, it's like, what if I get it wrong? Ditherers can be hugely frustrating. And if you find that maybe you yourself have a propensity to be a ditherer, be aware that certainly in the workplace, ultimately, you know, it can be almost like career limiting, because there comes a point when we need to make decisions. I think another reason why people dither is they get into what I call become victims of emotional barriers. You know, they don't want to take action because I don't feel motivated or I don't feel creative. So what are some tips on how you might deal with a ditherer? Well, if you yourself recognise that you're a bit of a ditherer at times, I would say one great tip is this. Just start it. You know, in writing this book, it would have been very easy for me to dither about, oh, I can't decide, you know, what I'm going to write today, or I don't feel motivated, I don't feel creative. And yet what I sometimes find is get the pen or get the laptop out and just start things. There's a guy who, a friend of mine called Paul Scanlon, and he uses this phrase, right feelings follow right actions. And I think sometimes for a ditherer, rather than just dithering and waiting for the time when you're going to do something, just take action and you'll find that the feelings follow the right actions. So get off your backside and start taking some action. When you're dealing with a ditherer, I think it's worth sometimes limiting their options regarding choices. I mean, it's a nightmare being in a restaurant with a ditherer when there's about 4 pages to the menu. But my wife, who will confess, to be fair to her, that she can be a bit of a ditherer at times, we were going to the theatre recently and we had a choice of, you know, which show we're going to go to. And in the end, I just realised she'll probably spend the next 3 days deciding which show to go to. So in a sense, I limited her options. And I said to her, look, Helen, I reckon I've done a bit of research and I reckon one of these shows would be really good to see. Which one would you think would be best for you? And I thought rather than give her 33 shows, I'd limit it to 3. And I think another thing with ditherers is very much set them goals and set them deadlines. Because I think sometimes people dither because they're just lacking focus or they don't seem to have a specific deadline. Ditherers are everywhere at times, and maybe we can all be a bit of a ditherer ourselves, but they can be frustrating and they can have a negative impact on other people. But in the book, I look at a few more reasons why people dither and also how to handle them and not strangle them. Dealing with a ditherer, another of my S.U.M.O characters.